This is the introductory video for the grids for hands exercises. There are two basic types that I use. One is grids based off of 16th note pattern, and then there's the triplet version. These exercises I feel like are essential. When you're learning to play, a lot of times people talk about rudiments and learning rudiments, and I definitely agree that those are important. What I'm not so much a fan of with the rudiments is they're not put into context, and I feel like you kind of need to learn this stuff in context. So the grid patterns basically take rudiments and plug them in to either a 4-note group like 16-note grids, which is 4 beats of 16th notes, or into a triplet pattern, which is my triplet grids, which are 3 notes per beat for 4 beats. So I've taken all the rudiments and put them into these things. So I don't really have them so much in there by name, and that's not so much my goal. My goal is really more that you're learning how to play them. To understand the names of them, you do want to go back and refer to your traditional rudiment sheet, which I do have another video somewhere that explains all that, and I'll be posting that. So there's a few benefits to learning these grid patterns. The obvious thing for your hands is you're learning to play what we call a check pattern. So for instance, the 4 beats of 16th notes, and that's your reference point. That check pattern never changes. The only thing that happens is we plug rudiments into it, like accents or diddles or rolls, and you play them on each part of the beat. So you can learn what it feels like to play each of these rudiments on each part of the beat. It does feel drastically different. Even though you're playing the same rudiment, if you play it on a different part of the beat, it feels different. So you're learning how to do this. Now the other thing it develops for you is a really good sense of time. You're going to start to internalize that the pulse. Be it 16 notes, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a, or triplets like 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. So you're going to begin to internalize this as you practice these exercises, which I found to be very useful when approaching other things like drum set. You know, if I'm playing a drum beat on drum set and then I want to go do a fill using 16 notes or triplets, now I'm internalizing it and I'm going to be more accurate. Or if I'm playing, you know, a 16 note bass fill and I'm dropping certain notes out of it and playing some kooky rhythms, it still fits into the internalized pulse that I have, that I've created for myself by habitually practicing these exercises. So we start off easy. I give you the accent version, and then we go into diddles and 5-stroke rolls and flams, but you'll find that I have some more advanced exercises in here as well. I don't have videos for everything yet, but I'm working towards that. The essential ones I do have videos for. So I definitely consider working on these grid patterns to be something essential to your foundation as a drummer or a percussionist. You definitely want to practice these. You definitely want to get good at them at different tempos and practice with a metronome. You want your hands to be even. You want the sound quality to be good, and by sound quality I mean you want things to sound the same. Unless you want it to be different on purpose. You don't want to just kind of arbitrarily play. All the notes should sound the same unless they're supposed to be different. You want to work on things like being consistent. You want your hands to look the same. You want the height that you play at to be the same. How hard you hit the drum, you want that to be the same. So I always kind of put it this way. When you're talking about consistency, you want things to sound, look, and feel the same as you practice them. And so these exercises, that's something you want to focus on as well with them. So work on these. You can visit me at tobinwagstaff.com, facebook.com/tobinwagstaffmusic, youtube.com/tobinwagstaffmusic.